Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Cherie here, and today I'm just gonna be sharing with you my top 10 tips for you guys before you go to university. I wish someone or anyone told me before I joined. And to be fair, they probably did, I just didn't listen. But these are like my genuine top 10 advices for you to just take in and soak it in. I know sometimes it sounds a lot easier said than done, but I definitely do recommend you guys to just have an open mind and just try out everything. And if you haven't already, do watch my previous video, which is every single thing that you need to know before you join NUS. And from there I just basically got a whole bunch of questions, and some of the things I'm sharing today are kind of like an answer to the question. So I'm just gonna go straight in because we're already running late. So let's just get started. I'm gonna be starting with my 10 tips. Okay, so the number one tip that I have for all my university freshmen is meet many people and don't fear judgment and just be yourself. I know I've heard this like a billion times, but like literally like in university since day one, everyone's really just trying to fit in. Everyone feels a little bit weird and awkward and slightly more extroverted than they usually are. It can be very uncomfortable sometimes to be yourself and everything like that, but just trust me, everyone literally feels the same. Everyone's super scared and everyone's just wanting to make friends, and they kind of have the same worries as you, so definitely don't worry about it. I want you guys to initiate conversations and talk to more people, and don't fear judgment. No one's gonna judge you for inviting everyone out to go and have fun, so just do that. And also like just make sure that you are comfortable with being yourself in your own skin, and definitely people can sense it when you just love people and just want to have fun and everything. If you come into university with an open mind, people will generally like be more open with you and everything like that. So if you can share about yourself, if you can just tell people some of the stories and not be afraid of what people may say, I definitely think you will have a much better time in university. You don't need everyone in the world to like you, as long as you just have that one person you kind of can vibe with, get along with, tell your problems to. That is definitely a lot more valuable rather than just going in and having like a big bunch of friends, but like none of them are people that you can trust or rely on in times of trouble. So yes, I learned that as well. In exchange, it's so hard to make friends in the beginning, and what helps that just one best friend, and then you can just definitely go through all the bad times together. That helps so much more rather than feeling as if you are alone. Also, another big thing I just want to stress is that when you go into university, it's such a big jump from like JC or Poly, where it was a lot more sheltered and closed off and a smaller cohort. When you go into university, it's super overwhelming because like I can relate, like there's like literally 10 times the number of people from all kinds of backgrounds. And like I remember when I went into university, I thought I was like weird or not normal. It's very hard to make friends in the beginning because everyone else is also making a lot of other friends. It takes time and trust and a lot of courage to build friends, not just from yourself but from other people as well. And you want to be letting people feel the most comfortable with you. Yeah, it's really a long time making process. A lot of people expect to have like a BFF within the first 3 months. For me, it's very difficult because I generally take a bit more time to make friends, I guess. I don't know. But definitely it's completely fine. I turned out okay, and I just wanted that to be the first tip because I feel like a lot of us in general, when we enter a new environment, you feel like everyone's judging you, but actually no one is judging you. Don't worry so much. You will definitely make friends, trust me. Okay, the second thing is one of my bigger advices. I'm just gonna say advices again as well, because I wrote down, don't care too much about your cap, but still kinda care about it. Generally, right, like literally there's so many different ways to get to your goal.
Okay, like I know like generally a lot of us, we may want to have like a good job, but you think like needs perfect grades and everything.
Actually, that's just one route. There's so many different ways to get where you want. Maybe you have like some connections, I don't know, like internships and that kind of thing, or you can get it through being able to present yourself very well until you can, you know, have very strong interview skills or something like that. Or if you have really good teacher testimonials and the teacher says that you're a very trustable person and someone that is awesome to work with, always coming up with new ideas, that's definitely very valuable as well. So I'm just saying that there's so many other aspects of life and your personality that can help you to stand out. Join like a lot more CCAs and clubs and form your own club. I'm definitely like super supportive of it. I never thought you could do that until I went to like America for exchange. Oh, the light is so fancy. I never thought you could do that until I went like, for exchange in America, and like literally almost everyone there kind of like forms a club, and I wish I did that in NUS. In general, like if you can do anything related to beefing up your resume without CAP, definitely just do it as well. I'm just saying that there's so many more things in life that you can judge your success by besides CAP. Oh, the sunlight is super fancy right now, I'm sorry. So yeah, just ignore me in the light. I'm just gonna continue the video. Yeah, the reason why I'm also saying this is because I see some people sacrificing their social life for CAP, which is a very perennial university thing I see all the time, even since JC. Like I've never been a believer of that. Like literally, life is just so much more than grades, and I've never had anyone judge me for my grades. Like employers usually just see my CV and whatever, and like they don't even ask about my grades. So that's just my personal tip. Of course, try and study hard as well. Okay, yeah, study hard as well, like in the sense that you don't want to fail any modules. You don't want to fail, okay? You just want to do your best. Give whatever is needed from the module, but I'm just saying don't obsess about it too much. I read an article, okay, I didn't read it, my friend read it and told it to me. It's called The First 15 Seconds, and what he said was that he read a memoir, and yeah, he got onto the valedictorian list. He said that he felt very happy, but then he didn't know what would come after that 15 seconds. So definitely try and think about your life in terms of, imagine if you're opening your credit slip right now and yeah, you have a CAP 5 and everything's great and dandy, but like, so what's next, right? Think about your opportunity cost as well, which is time. So university, I know a lot of people may think about it in Singapore as like a place for you to do well to get a job, but actually in many places around the world, university is really viewed as a place to literally have like the best time of your life, and I think that is just such a very nice way to look at university. Where do I get my resources, school notes, and everything like that? Okay, so for myself, I don't usually print my school notes, partially because I don't really need to, and secondly is because it's really bad for the environment to print a whole stack. I actually did print out one textbook in my life. Where is it? And the only reason why I printed... Oh, where's my textbook? I cannot find it. It's somewhere here. The only reason why I printed that one big chunky textbook is literally this thick. I actually thought I had it here. Sure. Wait, okay, I found it here. Okay. There's only one textbook I've ever printed in my life, and it's this one. So obviously you can't really see it, but it's called Principles of Marketing. I did it because I freaking love marketing, and this was one of the Marketing 101 modules which I enjoyed so much. I loved the prof, I loved everything about the module, and I was super inspired to start my own business even back then. And like every time she said something, I would like highlight it and then like relate it into application to like my own business in the future. Imaginary business, by the way, like, I didn't even have one. So yeah, I definitely felt very inspired, and that's why I printed out the book, because I wanted to keep it forever. But literally, other than that, you don't need a textbook. Everything that you do is literally online. They will send you resources digitally, they'll send you like notes digitally as well. All my notes, I use a lot of like Google Drive, Notion, and all these kind of like softwares to just document everything down digitally. But what I recommend is getting a hard drive so you can store all those resources. Probably most of my notes are my own. You can definitely have your own seniors notes as well. If you know someone, this is actually a super helpful tip. You can network and find maybe some seniors that are willing to help you out because they like you, to get you your notes. Of course, don't go around harassing people for your notes. For their notes, I don't know if they like it. For me, I feel a bit uncomfortable asking for people's notes, but that's definitely one of the best ways if you want to, you know, have kind of like a small shortcut, I would say. Okay, and last but not least, seniors and your classmates. So generally, even though you think you're damn blur, right, like literally everyone else is equally blur as you lah. So if you can ask them for advice, they will help you, you'll help them, and then you can ask your seniors who actually went through all that, and then you basically be working 10 times smarter and faster just by knowing what you need to know, rather than figuring everything out along the way yourself. So I mean, these are just like my small life hacks. Generally, I do talk to profs a lot, so I'll just ask them in general, like, you know, like, what do I need to know, what I kind of like not really need to know, and usually they'll say something along these lines, which is, you just need to pay attention in my class, and everything I teach will be tested, everything I don't mention will not be tested. So that's like the best, because if you just listen to class, it's literally the easiest. So always try to know what your teacher's going to be testing you on, and base your effort from that. You can watch a lot of YouTube videos. I am definitely a huge fan of YouTube Academy, so just going there and watching so many different YouTubers. There's so many that I know of, but I'm sure you'll get what I mean. Yeah, one thing for sure is to be nice to your prof. I don't like it when people are mean to their prof, so just be nice to your prof, and I'm sure they will recognize it and you will definitely be able to understand what they want more and listen in class. Okay, the third thing is, the fourth tip is internships. So literally no one told me the value of internships. Actually people did, but I just didn't listen. In general, it's really for you to get experiences and to just even get the first skills that you need. And I think I don't really say so much on why internships are important. You learn all the practical skills and advices that like you have picked up from NUS and actually apply those skills into work for the first time ever, which is great. You also learn a lot of things, you also learn a lot of things about the job. For example, probably along the lines of you know, how do you deal with like work culture, like that, I'm not so sure, but that's generally what you learn from internships and like how people work, how people are, which is so valuable. And just generally, internships are going to teach you so many things about life, not just about work, but about yourself and what you want to do. Now I have one very big side tip from internships, which is that please pick your internships with care and do a very serious cost analysis of yourself, because your internships will kind of fine-tune either where you want to go or where you don't want to go, and these are like golden opportunities. Okay, so like even if you intern at a firm every semester, so you only have 8 chances of internships to choose where you want to go and where you don't want to go. I actually knew this very early on because my dad's always telling me not to dive deep into internships. So like one story I had was that in year 2 I started getting really stressed because literally all my friends had an internship and I didn't even like look for one. So I was like, okay, crap, I need to definitely go out there and look for an internship right now. So what I did was that I just like applied for some, I don't know, I just applied for some stuff, and I had like an internship to work at like an AI company. And then I went to ask my dad, and then my dad was like, why do you wanna, because I went for the interview in the company, I didn't really like the vibes and everything, so I was just telling him that. And then he was like, why do you want to work at an AI company? I thought you wanted to do beauty, fashion and like lifestyles. I mean, at that time I was just really more into like the startup world, the kind of thing. And then he was just saying that, you know, like you have so few chances to do an internship and everything. So he said, no, of course not. Like, why do you want to go for something you're not even like interested in? I've never heard of you talk about your passion in AI before. So I was like, yeah, that's so true. So I turned that internship down, and like literally by the miracle of the world, like the next day when I woke up, there was this like very simple poster from L'Oreal asking people to be like to sell beauty products part-time. And at the time it was like a golden opportunity for me, because I know it's not an internship, it's like literally a part-time job for me selling beauty products. But I was so excited for it because you get to learn like on the front lines how to deal with customers, which I really wanted to know about. You get to learn everything about beauty, which I got to learn about. Like I had like a little course on like how all the beauty products work and everything like that for Lancome. And you get to learn about how they stock their products, how they do their retail, how you do the caching system. You get to learn about how they give out like free samples and all those kind of things. So literally I was like, holy crap, I want to join this so much. So I told my dad, he was like, yeah, join it. Not for the money, I literally didn't even care about the money. I was just like, this is awesome, I loved it. So it's really not about the money, it's really not about, you know, all those things. It's about the industry you want to go. It's about what kind of experiences you want to have. So for me, I was very interested in like fashion, beauty, like anything along those lines with e-commerce and everything. Largely because I joined like L'Oreal case competition and I was like super like in love with like the whole concept of beauty at the time, and that worked out super well for me. I mean, like I think I'm fine today, and I did learn a lot of things from the industry and I definitely do value it a lot. I feel like generally like right now I am definitely centered around like e-commerce, fashion, tech and everything like that, so that's just for myself. What I'm trying to say is that don't be desperate to join an internship, and at the same time keep your mind out there and look for one. It's also a very good way to get part-time money, so on the side, if you need a small budget for yourself to have some pocket money, this is perfect. Oof, okay, the next one I wish someone told me about is budgeting and finances. Okay, so this is actually pretty funny because like for myself, I never knew the importance of budgeting until like year 3 or year 4, okay, along those lines. And year 1, oh my gosh, year 1 is the time where you spend the most money because you're out there clubbing, you go drinks, you go meet your friends, you go supper 10 times a weekend, you go like everywhere, your clubs, every time you go into a club you need to pay some money for drinks, I don't know, okay, whatever. And then you of course have socializing stuff, so oh my gosh, that was just a lot of money flying around. I don't even know I don't even know what I spent on till today because I didn't document it in my year 1. But year 1 is literally the time where you socialize the most. Every single orientation camp I paid like $100 for it. I joined like 7 or 8, which is insane. Yeah, it was just a lot. And every single dollar I spent on whole life, like I literally spent, you know, every whole semester you have to pay your fees, so obviously that takes up a lot of money as well. Food is another big thing, like food. So even though a lot of meal plans are included in dormitory plans, a lot of my friends like to eat out and I'll just eat out with them. It wasn't because I didn't like the food. I know they didn't like the food, but for me I'm super chill and I'm just like, yeah, sure, whatever. But in general, like I feel like I could have saved so much money if I had like a budget-centered mind, and like no one told me about the importance of money, and like no one told me like to kind of just be aware of it. So this is just something for myself, and I'm sure a lot of freshies like yourselves may get value from this tip because it's something that a lot of people don't really talk about. Thankfully for me, I managed to kind of like get super good with my budget like along the way, but like along those times I had to find out everything myself, and it was a bit too late because by the time I figured it out I was like year 2. So yes, do those kind of like budgeting things. If you have opportunities, try to you know, like make your own food, meal prep yourself. If you're on hall, that's perfect because you have your own kitchen. If you are able to actually just have days where you know when to socialize and when to not socialize, that'll be great. You can definitely still have like the full experience without spending so much money, like for sure. Okay, for sure. Factor 7 or 6, I'm really bad at my numbers, I'm sorry. Factor 6, okay, is exchange and how to get into exchange. So this one's definitely a more practical tip. Let me just give you a big crash course that the one gave me. Okay, 70% of your score is based on your CAP. Okay, and this is just for NUS. I don't know about other schools, 70%. However, what you can control definitely is the last 30%. So you have around 5 to 10 points allocated into CCAs. Okay, so go and join CCAs. Leadership positions, go and take up some leadership positions. Entrepreneurship, go and start your own business if you want to start your own business. And then you have CIP, definitely do some volunteering experiences, it's really good for you. And the last thing is, I just can't remember all of them, but I think it may be just these 4 elements. I'm actually really bad at this. What's going to happen is that you're going to be bell curved amongst everyone else to go for exchange. So obviously if you want to go for more competitive slots, you definitely want to go to get as many points as possible. And America and Europe are generally much more competitive. Like, just being very factual here, it's very competitive. Every year there will be a Telegram group or something like that, or like an email or like a document being spread around where it shows you the points from last year's seniors, how many points they took to get into wherever they wanted to. So yeah, I mean, this is really how you get into exchange. Exchange was literally one of my primary factors to study hard, just saying, but no regrets. Now, NOC, how do you get in? This one is very, very important, and this is where your internships will come into play, okay? So for NOC is a flagship program from NUS. It's one of many people's reasons for even joining NUS in the first place. Definitely either go and intern at a startup in NUS itself. So NUS is one of the best places to find an internship in a startup because we have iCube, okay? So iCube is basically where all our startups are harbored and homed. You can check it out, it's right opposite Sheares Hall, and when you go over there, it's amazing. The energy is so entrepreneurial, I love it. They have events all the time, like they have like Wicked Wednesdays, and every month they have like different events. You can join their startup scene. There's so many companies over there, and I don't want to tell you like which ones to join or whatever, but like just there's so many out there. Go and explore and like just go with an open mind, talk to all the different founders, go for your interviews and everything like that. And the best part is that a lot of them tend to be like either NUS students or NUS alumni, and they're super nice and helpful and such a nice community. If you want, you should join NUS Entrepreneurship Society, or if you want like any entrepreneurship club, they're gonna help you to know who to talk to and to know where to go. I definitely loved NES a lot. I gained so much value from it. I met a lot of incredible people from the startup scene, and you can as well. For NOC, try to beef up your interview skills as well, because there's gonna be a lot of difficult questions thrown at you, and it's gonna be kind of like a rapid fire kind of interview. Like for me, I had to go through like 3 or 4, which I can't remember, but like in general, there's a lot of interviews to go through. They will get recommendation letters from your teachers, so prepare all these in advance. Just know that you need recommendation letters. I think that's important. Another thing that you definitely want to think about is what kind of business do you want to start. I'm pretty sure they're gonna ask you, like what kind of business you may want to start, what are you interested in, and just genuinely have a passion, because if you don't, I think it's very hard to fake passion. So that is definitely one of my tips for getting to NOC. Of course, you need to do your own research on the program and know which country you want to go to in advance, because let's just say you want to go to NUS Silicon Valley, they'll ask you, why do you want to go there? And you have to be able to answer, and then they'll ask you, why not this other place? And then you need to answer them very, very clearly, why not? And just be very tactful, know yourself, know your words, and be super well researched. That's the best answer I can give you. Now, tip number 8, 9? Okay. Tip number 8. Okay, join hall. But then again, if you don't join hall, don't worry too much, you're not missing out. Okay, so one of the biggest things I hear a lot in terms of people being concerned is that firstly, orientation right now is electronic. Secondly is that there may be fewer people staying in hall, I'm not so sure right now, and it may be even more competitive to join hall. But hall is also definitely a very, very good experience. So I recommend you, if you can join hall, definitely do join it. It's one of my best favorite elements of my university experience. But if you can't join hall, it's really not the end of the world. I just want to let you know, right? Hall is extremely awesome for you to learn how to socialize, have friends and everything, but it's going to be super tiring on your body, it's super taxing. And usually your friends that you make from hall is amazing, you meet so many amazing people. But I mean, don't worry so much, because you can get your close friends from anywhere in school. Like literally, I have like my closest friends, like some are from Sheares Hall, but some are definitely from like, you know, like NUS Business School. Some of them are from my clubs, some of them are from just bumping to random people in school, having mutual friends, meeting your friends of friends, that kind of stuff. So literally, like if you don't join hall, it's okay, you can still make a lot of friends. Trust me, I have a lot of friends who are not living in hall, and they have their life together, and they definitely tell me good advice as well. So you don't have to be, don't FOMO anywhere, like literally in life, right? Don't regret anything. If you get the opportunity, take it. If you don't, it's completely okay. A very big thing about hall is that you also need a lot of CCAs. So I guess like the golden benefit of not joining hall is you have a lot of time to focus on everything else in your life. You can definitely achieve the same kind of happiness and results just by, you know, being more involved in other areas. Don't worry about it. Hall is a lovely experience. If you get an opportunity, take it, but if you don't, it's completely okay. So I really hope that made you feel slightly better. I don't know if it did. Okay, my 9th advice to you guys is to know that, kind of said it before, but this is my 9th advice, okay? My 9th advice is to just take care of yourself. In university, you're going to spend a lot of time worrying about different things, like what people think about you. You're gonna be worrying about your CAP, you're gonna be worrying about your teachers not liking you or something, I don't know. You're gonna be worried about maybe you missing an assignment. Oof. And then you're gonna be worried about being late for your CCAs, perhaps, or you're gonna be worried about not meeting the right people. You're gonna be FOMOing about some parties you didn't get invited to. You're gonna be worried about people going out with each other and then you thought you were friends with them, but then you didn't get invited, which is fine. You're gonna be worried about making YouTube videos and people judging you. You're also gonna be worried about things like what you dress, what you wear, what you eat, I don't know. Even like feeling insecure in the gym. I know this is a very big one from my friends. But don't worry, no one is literally judging you. So I just want to say, like, just take care of yourself, okay? You need to take care of yourself. Firstly, because no one's judging you. Second thing is that you need a lot of sleep in university. Oh my gosh, like there's so many people out there, like they don't have enough sleep. You need more sleep. So sleep in. And please take care of yourself, because when you take care of yourself, everything gets better along the way. Your mental health and physical health is super important as a university student in general. So if you can, cook more so that you don't eat out all the time. If you can, make your own coffee so you don't keep buying like super sweet coffee like I do. Yeah, and definitely find alone time. In hall, it's very easy to lose your alone time because you're expected to open your door and everything. Just say you don't want to and just have your alone time. It's completely fine. And also, if you want to recharge, just recharge. I know the sunlight is really bad right now. I'm sorry about that. I don't know how to fix this. I'm still finding a better filming location. Please deal with this right now. Okay. My last 10 advice to you is... I actually didn't script the last point, so I'm just thinking about it right now. Oh, I know what it is. My last advice is to bounce back real strong. So in general, right, like I have this hypothesis and this theory that like at one point in everyone's life in university, just because it's so much, right, there's gonna be that semester or that month or that like week, I don't know, where you just feel super crap about yourself. I think it's very, very normal. You start questioning like, why are you here in the first place? Do you deserve to be here? Do you deserve all the love you're getting? And like, why why are grades so bad? Why am I learning things I don't want to learn about? Why am I... can't really think of anything else along these lines. And I feel like everyone goes through it, so like literally it's so normal. Like sometimes it's completely fine to just blank out and zone out and just be very like confused about everything going on in life all at once. And then I realized that university actually makes you so mature because yeah, it's meant to be like that, and it's completely fine, it's completely normal. You are a normal human being, you don't need to be stressed at all. If anything, I think it's really great that university has hard moments so that you can really learn about who you are and you can identify your passions, and you don't have to constantly live in the fear of being someone else. So definitely just embrace it as it is, take everything along the way with heart and with a pinch of salt, and I think you'll be fine. So that's it guys, thanks for watching this video amidst all my very bad lighting shifts because my sun is like going that way. But I really hope that you have a splendid orientation experience. I hope that you guys enjoy yourselves, and as again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. If you haven't watched my previous NUS videos, definitely check it out. If you have any questions about NOC, exchange, internships, about how to make friends, about like hall life, about like all these kind of activities, clubs to join, you can definitely ping me on Instagram at cherie.paul. I am sometimes on my Instagram, so you can definitely check me out there. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye, love you guys.